Welcome, everybody. Win Daily Sports to the DFS pre-lock show. As always, every single night, you got Tony, you got Adam, you got Ghost. And listen, bigger slate tonight. Obviously, I was going to say big slate tonight, 9 games, but bigger than last night. Some interesting value, some big storylines, guys. So, I got the breaking news sound ready just in case we're having a little off-air conversation about Harden. Does the Sixers give up Maxey? I'll blow my brains out if they do. Is the package going to get done? You already seen some wheeling and dealing today with the Clips. So it's going to be a very interesting trade deadline. And obviously, we're going to have you covered here on Win Daily Sports. Give us a follow at Win Daily Sports on all social formats. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you hit that subscription button. And make sure you're joining all of our promos and Discord chats and reading all those articles. But, Nick, I'll tell you, man, I know it's going to be a fun night. I'm still trying to figure out why the Sixers game is so late in Dallas at 10 o'clock. It's kind of weird to me. But all in all, pretty decent slate tonight, right?
Yeah, a lot of star-studded matchups, and this might I don't want to say my favorite slate of the year, but it's got to be top 5. This is the all-star snub slate, which is the best because they are literally all playing tonight, which is perfect.
He said all time like top 5. I don't know, Adam.
It's got to be my top 5
right?
favorite slate of the season. Top 5 favorite slates.
I know one guy that got snubbed, and he just happens to find himself in the best game environment on the planet tonight. So
he shouldn't have been a reserve. He should have been a starter. He should have been a starter.
Well, Andrew Wiggins screwed everything up. I mean, realistically, that's what messed it up. Because Andrew Wiggins probably isn't even a reserve if he hadn't gotten voted in. So that takes a spot away, man.
Well, what we can say, because we already got people checking in and giving us some cred, because I'll tell you you're right. Those FFVPs were on fire last night. 3 for 3. Frank Jackson, Devion Mitchell, and Ghost. I forget who was yours.
Taurean Prince.
Right? And you were on the fence too, man. He came out to play last night. They were
balled out,
great.
I played Prince over Vassell, and I was like, I just kept telling myself, I just need Prince to outscore Vassell, and he absolutely
did.
Him, which was
he did.
He actually doubled him up too, which was was very fun.
That's what we do, man. We do with these fancy firebox value plays, FFPPs. I mean, bare minimum pricing it sometimes. Doesn't even have to be bare minimum. We're talking could be 4,000, could be 4,100, 4,200. We got some more interesting ones for tonight, as always. But we get right into this. Obviously, Adam, what's up, buddy? How you doing? As always, thanks for checking in. Theo says so much. I'm breaking rules at work to watch this. All right, Theo. Well, as long as you don't break in your pockets, right? So we want to fill the pockets, not break your pockets. So if you're breaking the rules to fill your pockets, we're all good. But getting right into this, a lot of 7 o'clock games tonight, boys. Obviously, we don't do game by game. We just go by what our cores are, what our values are, this and that. But like we always say, Adam, go to you first, man. What's that 1 or 2 games you're saying, I want a lot of pieces of players in that game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how many pieces I'm going to get in total, but the main guy that I'm after on my lineup tonight is in the Houston San Antonio game. And to the surprise of no one who knows me, Ghost, and everybody else, it's DeJounte Murray. He's played these guys twice so far. He's had a triple-double. He went for over 70 DK points in the first meeting when he got full run. In the second meeting, he played 24 minutes and put up 47 DK points. So, game logs aren't everything. We preach it all the time, but it's just showing you the upside Murray has at 10-5. He's one of the most involved players in all formats or all stats in the league. There's only Harden and Luka that average as many points as he does and average over 8 assists and 8 rebounds. He tacks on 2 steals. Houston's the fastest pace in the league. They're dead last defensive rating. The game has a 237 total, easily the highest on the slate. I mean, this game environment is made for DeJounte Murray.
I couldn't agree more. I love DeJounte Murray. Love everything about him. I mean, he is one of those, besides Ja Morant, he's one of those players I just absolutely love. And you make a good point about price point because you're talking 10-5 and we're talking DK, right? 10-5 on DK. And you look above and Luka's 11-9. I mean, that's a $1,400 difference. That's big time. That's a difference between you getting that $5,000 mid-range piece to a $3,000 bare minimum play that you have to hope is an FFVP. So I think that's a really good point. Let me ask you about this, though. Joel Embiid, 12-3. I mean, he just keeps climbing. And we talked about this a little bit off air the other day about just looking at the win daily projection models and percentage ownership, that he's not getting played a lot. So why do you think that is, Adam?
Well, I mean, right now it's because he's over 12K. And, I think unless it's a Jokic, unless it's a Luka, without KP or something that the field's comfortable with and knows, like, okay, I have a shot at a triple double, and you get those bonuses in DK that, add up at that high of a salary point. As good as Embiid is, he's not necessarily a threat to get a triple double, whereas he's probably going to score more raw points than a guy like Jokic. So I think it's just the comfort level and knowing that the periphery stats aren't exactly the same with a guy like Embiid, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have the ceiling. He has 75, 77 DK points in his arsenal. Dallas is very weak on the interior. Could I see it? Yeah, but it's kind of the same thing you said with Luka. I'll take Murray with the safer periphery stats and probably the same ceiling outcome for almost $2,000 less.
That's it. Listen, that's exactly the way I'm thinking. I mean, I know, we do a lot of analytics when it comes to this, but that's exactly the way you have to think. I mean, it's almost like when we talked about the Devin Booker factor, right? We love Book, but if he's not hitting, if he's not hitting threes and he's not scoring, he's not going to get you any boards, not going to get you any dimes, not going to get you anything. So you really have to look at that price point. So Nick, for you, any one game that you're like, this is that spicy ghost matchup. I got to get me some pieces of that.
Ghost.
Toronto,
let me cut you off real quick just before you jump in. Levine is out tonight, and so is Goga Batate.
Ooh,
that's perfect.
Look. He's already hitting his bottom lip like this.
Yeah,
he's like,
like for
yeah.
Atlanta, Toronto, for me, have been attacking these matchups all season long, and they just constantly fly under the radar. Eastern Conference definitely plays slower than the West. Lower profile teams in general, outside of the top four. And man, Atlanta, Toronto is going to be two very tight rotations. And I've said this every time about the Raptors. They always play to the way of their opponent. If they play the way of the Atlanta Hawks tonight, it's going to play fast and it's going to be no defense. And that's exactly what we need. So the Hawks did me so dirty last night, specifically Trae Young, but we're not going to talk about that. But I'm going right back to the well. I want one Atlanta Hawk, one Toronto Raptor in every single one of my lineups tonight.
So that's going to be in a core. One Hawk, one Raptor?
Yeah, it has to be. Absolutely has to be.
I like that. So
no
let's
Gallinari
get right into
either no Gallinari for the Hawks.
No Gallinari.
Trae is still wearing a sling. John Collins really messed up his shoulder last night too. They can't play Capella a ton of minutes because he won't be able to keep up. It's going to be a really thin rotation tonight, and you can get pretty spicy with these guard/forward eligible players.
And that's where the value lies, right? So that's what you got to look at. You got to get, if you bang out those couple top two tier. Look already, Jimmy's already got you, man. He's got your boy Ghost.
That's my boy. He's basically a Joker. He's actually going to be better than Joker is. He's just that good. He's so good.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's a big.
He's not even an MVP. Stop it. He's not an MVP.
Embiid's on the slate. Could you at least focus your energy on somebody that's worth saying might be better than Joker this year?
Embiid's not better than Joker.
Listen, that's going to be a whole show.
Embiid's not better than Joker.
Come on, man. Listen,
I don't disagree with that.
I don't know about that, boys. I don't know.
Curry's the only MVP in this league.
Joel is a freak of nature, and he's
very good.
I don't see Joker with the ball movement and the type of shot arsenal that Joel has. In my
if you can't win the East, you can't be MVP though. That's my prerequisite. If you can't win the East, you're not MVP. It's automatic. That conference is so booty. If you can't win the East, you're automatically not MVP.
So Jimmy says better than Joker. What they put the Molson up there.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
You guys are nuts.
Sengun,
I can't even
He's
talk about this
literally
right
unreal. Sengun
right?
would demolish Joker one-on-one. He would
Listen.
destroy him.
You-
21-0
I
Alpha and
can't.
Sengun.
I've already had a
one-on-one.
pre-live discussion with Adam about when he says, "Hey, you hear maybe Maxi's going." Like, no. Like, can we not talk about Maxi's not going anywhere? Nowhere. James Harden's going to be a Sixer, but not for Tyrese Maxey. God damn it!
He should have been a Sixer 2 years ago.
Yes, he should have been.
But
you're right. Paul George should have been a Sixer, by the way, about 4 years ago. Just saying. But
yeah, that too.
It is what it is. B checking in and said Luka Mills or Murray Simmons.
Murray Simons all day.
Or Simons. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Murray Simons.
And that second two is half of my core, so you know where I'm going.
I like that. Let's get right into that. We'll go Adam for I know we're gonna go Ghost on the fly. I'm gonna bring up Adam's score like we do on every show. So Adam, Murray, Simons, McLemore, Goodwin. What you got here, buddy?
Yeah, so I actually do need to bump Goodwin off of that. Given
we
some
do
of
that
the news
live.
that we just got, because Terry Taylor is going to take the Goodwin spot because forward's kind of rough. I already talked about Murray. We all know the story there. Terry Taylor, Godspeed. You're going to have to try and defend Nikola Vucevic. It's not going to work out well for you, but you're going to see minutes on the court. And that's all I really care about. You're going to get dominated in the paint, and whenever Vucevic decides to touch the ball tonight, and then we're looking at some of these other guys like McLemore and Simons. So with the trade today, they have Ghost counted 9 guys for the Portland rotation, and one of them is Tony Snell. So yeah, he'll get his cardio in, but he's not actually going to do anything. So Simons and McCollum are going to basically be running the offense. And then when McLemore does play, he's just going to chuck shots. And we're hoping they go in, but he's only 3,700, so he just needs to hit a few of them to help us out.
That's a great Tony Snell. Did we just give Tony Snell airtime tonight?
Well, I mean, he's on the team. He's going to get minutes, but they basically have like 8 players. They don't have.
Shout out to his agent for constantly finding him a contract. I don't know.
I mean, seriously, that guy's a legend. That guy should be getting 20% of that contract.
I listen. Definitely like where you're going with this because you have to 100%. You got to look at this value. You got to look at the minutes. These guys. It's like volume. It's like football. When I always say people say, "Hey," I'm like, "Look, it's all about volume. How much volume is this guy getting?" So obviously, it's a really good core. We got somebody checking in. Singo doesn't shoot enough for me, Jimmy. Rather than Martin Jr. They're going.
He literally passes better than Luka. He doesn't even need to shoot the ball. Go look up Sengun dimes. They are absolutely gorgeous.
Oh man,
B's got 3 or 4. But I mean, it's funny, and this is again sometimes it's just the way my mind thinks. Okay, so. And Adam, you're going to respect this. I don't know if Ghost is going to notice, but every time I see somebody talking and say Terry Taylor, I'm thinking of the Red Rooster. Okay. So that's the Terry Taylor I know, right? Like first off my head, Terry Taylor, the Red Rooster. So if any of you WWE fans out there, that's way back in the day, Red Rooster time for Terry Taylor. I think that might have been his only and best gimmick, right?
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's about it. It does some work with WWE now, but that's where I'm going. Now, Ghost, I know you like to do yours on the fly. So I'm gonna make it. Mine's easy. Okay, mine's gonna be easy. It's gonna be nothing like you both of you guys, which is fine. That's why we do this, right? But obviously Murray, and I'm going Christian Wood again. Murray's a no-brainer to me. But I went Christian Wood the other night. I'm gonna go with him again. I really, really like his value. And again, I'm going specifically by position analysis and price point. So for me, in that matchup tonight against San Antonio, I think he's going to eat, man. For 8,700, it's under 9,000. I really like that. Now, the other 2 picks are interesting. Okay? I'm going to tell you, obviously Wednesday, I was out. The boys took the fort and held it down, and I greatly appreciate it. And I watched the court of Tyrese Maxey, the court vision of Tyrese Maxey. It's going to be the same thing tonight because I'm pretty sure if he's not already ruled out that Steph Curry is not going to play tonight. Okay, the Sixers have another depleted roster. Tyrese Maxey is going to play 38 to 40 minutes tonight. And everything, when they slow up Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris is back to his old everything I shoot is short shot, they're going to go specifically through Tyrese Maxey. So for me tonight, that's a Tyrese Maxey game. For 7,600, I think it's great value. And I'm going to go on the other side. I'm going to go DFS, Dorian Finney-Smith, because I watched the Washington team destroy the Sixers with stiffs. Okay, so if, in my opinion, if Gafford and Raul Neto and the evolution of Kyle Kuzma is going to tear up the front court for the Sixers, well then, to me, Dorian Finney-Smith is going to do the same thing. So again, not a huge play right there, right? But just going by specific value of 4,600, I could definitely see this as being a 35-point night for Finney-Smith. So that's my core. Obviously, it's a little different. We got DeJounte Murray, but again, that's why we all different opinions. So Ghost, you said already it was going to be a couple pick'ems, but what do you got in the front here so we can get your core?
DeJounte Murray and Vooch. Every single lineup.
Murray and who?
Lineup. Shipping it. Vooch.
Vooch.
Oh,
what is it?
Man. Vooch might drop like 40 and 25 in this game. Oh,
I mean, they don't have anybody to defend.
Bro, Terry Taylor's 6'5".
It's not good. It's not good.
Like, who's rebounding the ball against Vooch? And I already got my bet.
Well, he just needs to get enough to pay me off 4,200. That's it. So that's all I'm looking for.
That'll be fine.
I'm going Vooch and Murray, and then it's one Raptor, one Hawk, and my Hawk is going to be one of Kevin Huerter or DeAndre Hunter. I'll put that right out there. My Raptor, I'm either going to go with. Man, it might be like a Toiga. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit it, but if I can get Van Vliet in there, I will. If not, I'm going to go to Gary Trent.
6,400 tonight, too.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get to Van Vliet.
I have my core and yours.
If I can, I will jam Fred, Murray, and Vooch. And if I can't get Fred Van Vliet, I'm going Trent. And one of these Hawks combo wings is going to be relied to play some serious minutes. John Collins is really banged up. Gallo's out. They can't play TLC for 36 minutes. It's not happening. They're going to get blown off. The court. They're going to get blown off the court. That guy absolutely blows. So
he's terrible.
And
oh my God.
Huerter, and if DeAndre Hunter can stay out of DeAndre Hunter versus Scotty Barnes is going to be so fun to watch. If you guys can find that game, I know it's in Toronto too, so it might not be all that popular in the States, but if you can find that game on your local stations, please watch Scotty Barnes versus DeAndre Hunter. That's going to be such good basketball.
Yeah, you hear it. I like that. I do. I like that. I think it's funny when you bring up TLC because I had my what does he do good? Like, I don't understand.
His cardio is excellent. His cardio is top notch.
So now he can run a treadmill for an hour, so we could sign him up, right?
Right. I mean, like, if your trainer goes down with an injury or something and you need like a player/trainer hybrid, then yeah, sign TLC to your roster. But like, man, they can't play this guy 36 minutes. They can't do it. If John Collins can't go, it's going to be Hunter at the 4, Kevin Huerter at the 3, and Boggs likely going to start at the 2. Like, Atlanta has no bench tonight. If John Collins can't go, they have 0 bench.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what you have to look at 100%.
And
Trev.
Nick Nurse doesn't know what a bench is, so
yeah, we know that for sure.
Nick Nurse doesn't know what a bench is, so I need a Raptor in there.
So Ace says, "Do I go Jokic, Luka, or Embiid in tiers?" There's the tier question. That's interesting. I know you guys are going Jokic. I know, right? Are you guys going Jokic because you're on that Jokic train?
Yeah, I have to point out that as far as the model goes, Jokic is the pretty clear pick by a solid almost 8 full DK points.
He's playing the Pelicans.
Right. So I'll
playing a G League team.
I'll put my fandom away, okay, for a little bit, and I'm going to go Jokic as well. I think it's it's unanimous.
There's
Brian
matchups tonight. Joel Embiid is going to go up against Dwight Powell. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's not good either.
I mean, Joel Embiid could play 25 minutes and give you 50 to 60 DK points. I mean, that's how ridiculous that could be. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
I mean, DeJounte is going to have that in the first quarter, so he better be able to keep up.
DeJounte is dropping 139 DK tonight. He's going to go bonkers. He should be starting in the All-Star game. This makes no sense. And Sabonis didn't make it in the East. I'm pissed. I just want to have a word with whoever is in charge of the ballots. I just want to have a word. Sabonis isn't in the East, and DeJounte Murray didn't make it in the West.
You got to talk to all the K-pop people for Wiggins screwing everything up.
Bro, if I see Chris Middleton in one more NBA All-Star game, I'm gonna fly down there. We're gonna have a serious problem.
You know,
Chris Middleton on a legit team is at best a third offensive option. If he's having like a career night, he could be a third best option.
It goes. This is what we're gonna do. You need to do this for me. I'm so glad you said that because I have two boys, okay, and they're 15 and 17, and my 15-year-old swears up and down that Chris Middleton is like the truth, and I'm like, dude, he stinks. He's not good.
Chris Middleton,
and you know what he does? He sits there and sends me Twitter videos. Look, Dad, Middleton scored 20 last night. I'm like, he's not even that good. Stop. You're killing me. Stop playing NBA 2K, okay, and watch the game. He's not very good, so I'm so glad.
If you wanted to have $2 in there, because they're first of all, again, same thing with the Bucks. They're not winning the East. You're irrelevant. Like that's just what it is right now. If you're not first in the East, you're irrelevant to me. So like, you want to have $2 because I don't care. You're not leading the East. There should be 2 Bulls. That's it. They're leading the East. You should have 2 Bulls. Period. If anything, you could have had 3 Bulls this year. And Chris Middleton is the furthest thing from the truth. He's more like he's closer to Pinocchio's version of the truth. Like it's not happening.
You nailed it.
He's like you can't put Chris Middleton in an All-Star game. I refuse to believe it. You cannot. And if you want to have $2 in there, at least put Drew Holiday or Chris Middleton.
I'll give you that. I'm a Drew guy.
Like you're not only gonna throw shade at Sabonis and a bunch of other snubs out East, but on top of that, you're not even going to choose the right Milwaukee Buck. That makes no sense to me. Absolutely
I agree with you there.
Ace Sabonis should even be starting. Doesn't even matter. He should. Jonathan Murray and Sabonis should be starting every single All-Star game.
Ghost is off his game here. He's annoyed. He's annoyed
until they are inactive in the league. Sabonis and Jonathan Murray start every single All-Star game. It's not even a question.
He's good. So do I go LaMelo Ball, Siakam, DeMar, Vucevic, or Jaylen Brown and Tears? Damn, gamer, that's a lot of names right there.
What tier is that?
But yeah,
I think it might be 5 or 6 if I remember correctly.
My gosh,
yeah.
Why is Vooch tier 5?
Tiers can be a little bit weird because, like, 1 and 2 are like your top end guys, but guys like him fall down to like 4, 5, 6 on some nights. And on a low slate like this, I'm not surprised. Damn, this is tough.
It's
Vooch or LaMelo for me.
That's what I was just going to say. Yeah, thing on between those two.
LaMelo also should be in the All-Star game over Chris Middleton.
I was between Vooch and DeMar, so I think Vooch is kind of unanimous.
Yeah, I'm going to go Vooch. I think it's a no-brainer. 100%. I've been checking in real fast before we get the FFVP. Says thoughts on Jalen Brunson. That's an interesting question because I looked at him tonight, but I don't know, man. Like, I need more consistency for that price point, and I just don't think he gives me that ceiling to hit that value. I don't know, Adam. What do you think?
I'm trying to see. I don't even remember what he is. 65. No way I can play Brunson with Simons at 66. With how Portland is tonight. Not for me.
No, I'm with you.
And I acknowledge Brunson has the capability of putting up a ceiling game. The odds of Simons hitting one tonight are just that much. It's too much higher.
I agree completely. completely. B-Check says Zach Collins night. Zach Collins night.
Oh,
What are we doing here? Zach Collins.
he's still on a roster?
Why?
Bro, I thought this
don't
man left the
understand.
league like 3 years ago. Who?
Yo, B want to
he's
get
not
in with the
played a game yet.
FFVPs, man. Yeah, he want to get in with the FFVPs. He's throwing it out there.
He's on the Spurs. He's never played a game this season. What are we doing there?
Total's back. Total's back.
Even if
Total's
he's
back.
not,
What is
Thad
going
Young's
on right
still
now?
alive.
Bro, no cap. I did not know that Zach Collins was still on an NBA roster. I haven't seen this man touch a
don't blame
court
you.
in 5 years.
Yo,
When's the
man.
last time Zach Collins? I don't know. I have to Google it right now. When's the last time Zach Collins played a game?
Brian pulls some plays out from nowhere some days. That might be his most left field play we've
I like
had all
it.
year from him.
I like it. I do. I like it. Another Twitch.
Testing us, man.
The
Testing us.
average gamer,
Bro,
Trey.
his last game was in 2019. Stop the cap, bro. 2019. See, I'm not crazy. I fully thought this man left the league.
Oh man, 2019.
So, we got Simons, Vooch, or Man Jokic for FD GPP. I like that Simons Vooch pairing, man. I really do.
Yeah.
What do you guys?
First for me.
I know. Well, not. I don't want to give it away, but I know, Tony, you do have some love for Man tonight. I believe.
I do.
If I read that correctly, I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. But the only thing that I'll say about FanDuel is that like I love Man on DK because it's more of a like the scoring system just fits his game better. If I could keep it short. Whereas on FanDuel, the pure scores, it gets very dicey. You lose more points for turnovers, and it's just I'll side with Simons and Vooch there. That's the only thing. But
And
I
FanDuel
do
just in
really
general
like
is
Man on DK.
less stars than scrubs because FanDuel's pricing is typically so much lower. And
Well,
so
yeah,
easy-
it
so much
takes them
easier
6
to
months
fit.
to update a position,
Right.
let alone
You
a
just-
price. So
You don't build it the same way.
Yeah, and that's what people have to really understand. It's two different ways to look at the scoring systems on the two different platforms. So I know I can tell, and I've said this before, a lot for me personally, a lot of my FFVPs are going to come consistently through DK. So
Yeah.
if anybody asks, if it's me, and I know that Ghost and Adam do the same thing, they'll specifically say the default is DK, but if it's a FanDuel play, they're going to tell you, hey, FD, it'll be FanDuel. So speaking of that, we got a ton of comments, and we'll get to them in a minute. I apologize, boys, but because we don't have all night, but we're going to get them as much as we can. But this is where we go. Our FFVPs is our fantasy firebox value plays. We bring the fire once again before we get to the props for profit coming up. But the FFVPs last night, 3 for 3. Okay, so whenever you can get combined, I think we were like 110 points. You're talking about with an average play of about $3,900. You can't beat that. So this is what we try to do for everybody, and we got 3 good ones tonight, as always. I think I actually have 2. But we'll go with Adams first because it's in his core, and this is what I respect Adam for. He put the guy he has in his core is also his FFVP, which means he's really expecting a lot from Mr. McLemore. He's going to shoot a ton tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, man, he has to because you have McCollum, you have Simons, you have Nurk, and like that's about it. Norman Powell and Rocco are now Clippers, so they can't play tonight. Nasir Little is out. Larry Nance might play, but he hasn't played in a month. Tony Snell's active, good for him. Like who else is taking shots? You have Dennis Smith Jr. maybe, and then it's McLemore. I would assume McLemore is going to have to step into the starting lineup here tonight. I'd be pretty surprised if he didn't. He's going to have to play 30-plus minutes. Yeah, his shot has to fall to some extent to pay off, and I get that. But there's a reason he's 3,700. And with the news that broke today, he's just too cheap for the environment.
I agree. I do. I really, really like that play. And I stuck to the same kind of script. Okay. I really did. And again, you mentioned them. So for me, for my FFVPs, number one, I like Trey Mann tonight. I like what he did last night. I like him again tonight with no shy. I think he is a great value of 4,200. The guy's consistently getting minutes when Shy is out, no matter what. Okay, he controls the floor. Last game, 41 minutes against Dallas. Will he get that tonight? I don't know if he'll get 41, but I think he's going to get 35. And if I can get what's that?
Florida Gators, the legend.
Real? See, I that's why I love it. I don't know that. I like that.
He played absolutely nuts in the tournament for them.
Did he really?
Yeah, it skyrocketed his draft stock.
Good
really
him,
good player.
Man.
I love Trey.
Good for him. I mean, listen, I don't think he's going to shoot 75% from 3 tonight and go 6 for 8, right? But if you're expecting that, don't. But the other guy is Dennis Smith Jr. I'm going DSJ tonight, and I don't have to explain. Just go listen back exactly what Adam said. It's a short bench tonight. Who's going to shoot the ball? I understand that Simons is obviously going to get his time, and I know McLemore's going to shoot, but I think that Dennis Smith Jr. slides in. I think he slides in tonight and gives you that nice 25-plus point DK night. And if you can get that for almost the bare minimum, I think you're doing really well. Ghost, who you got, buddy?
I'm debating between my two Hawks, and I'm gonna side with Kevin Huerter on this one.
Ooh.
I just want between him and DeAndre Hunter is he's either going to be putting on a defensive show guarding both Scotty Barnes and OG Anunoby on the wing, or he's going to get into foul trouble. I think it's going to be the former. He's a very good defensive player, one of my favorite players in the league, and it's going to be great basketball to watch. But Kevin Huerter is the one that's dodging all of those matchups. So he's lining up against Gary Trent Jr., and I'll likely pair the two of them together because neither one of them knows what they're doing on defense. So it's likely going to be my lean right now.
I like that. Herter always puts in those good shooting performances, man. And he's pretty steady, too. Even when everybody's healthy, he's steady. Yeah. Really, really steady. See? B's on my side. DSG greater than McLemore. So it's going. Listen, we're all going to battle this out tonight. So we'll be watching that game pretty vividly.
This is the same man that was saying that Zach Collins.
Yeah, Zach Collins. Like, I don't know.
Man. Look, what's up, Prince? Prince checking in. He says supposed to be his debut tonight, right?
I don't even know if that was legal when he last played in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, we said get him while he's hot. Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
No, the only thing that's hot is the icy hot on his knees. Bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
He's gonna be
goes off tonight. It's gonna be
hopefully TLC trained him and he got his cardio in shape. That's the only way he makes it up and down the court.
That's TLC too funny, man. Too funny. Keith checking in already. Triple double. Joker triple dub. Murray triple. Man, you're going double triple dubs. I like that. Danny checking in. Danny's got a little. He goes Murray, Jalen Green. I know Jalen Green's a name I heard from Ghost earlier. There's his son Goon guy. Right. You got Simons, got McLemore, Joker, hurt at the DFS as well. So Dory Finney-Smith, I like that. That's not a bad lineup. I like that lineup. We'll see what happens with that.
You just have to understand what you're doing with that lineup because there's a lot of risk there. There's a lot of floor.
100%.
So just understand where you're at and what contest you're playing that in.
That's one of those. For me, I'll do a little dollar play for that.
Right. If you're doing like the cheap contest, man, you know, because if those guys hit, I totally get it. But you understand what you're doing.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Don't be doing the mortgage payment.
You got to have your consistent bankroll plays, but then you also have to have your risk and understand what you're going to risk. I tell people that all the time, even when we're going to get to the props for profit, when we're talking about the prop market, you got to be very careful, right? Listen, some people play with $20, some people play with $300, some people play with $3,000. All depends on what you have, but you shouldn't be betting more than half your bankroll. It's ridiculous. Just be careful. Everybody be careful. Have fun, right? B says, Jimmy, just remember when no one believed in me in KLB to start the season. Hey, man, Brian's all over the KLB action here, man.
Yeah, I mean, at least Kevin Love remember how to play basketball.
Murray, okay to play on FanDuel or go cheaper?
Unless he's 13,000, play him.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know what he's at FanDuel, but he's probably not expensive enough. I know that.
So as always, we start our props for profit here. As always, hashtag props for the number 4. profit. Whether it be anywhere on socials, listen, if you're not on Twitter, it's fine. Throw it in Discord. And honestly, I'll go in Discord and I'll throw it on Twitter, right? We're just trying to start a trend where we can get everybody together here, everybody lined up, get those props. We had some really close sweats last night. Let's see what we can get tonight. Obviously, I'm going about 50-50 over the past 3 days, so I got to make up. I got to go a little 2 for 3 action night or 3 for 4, depending on what it is. But again, props for profit, hashtag props for profit. And everybody that's been doing it, it's been great. We got about 7 or 8 or 9, 10 on the thread last night. Let's try to get double digits tonight. Maybe even get some 20. It's a Friday night. What else are you doing, right? So when we get to the props for profit, we already got people checking in. What's good? If you have a prop for profit, let's throw it up there. Okay, throw it up. Let's see what happens. So let's go right away. I'm gonna start off, and I talked about this guy in my core. I'm gonna talk about him again, and I'm gonna go with Tyrese Maxey over 1.5 3 points for plus 125. Now, reason being the same exact thing I said was that Tyrese Maxey is going to play 36, 37, 38 minutes. And what I watched, and I always say this, Adam and Ghost are 100% more analytical than I am. But I do a lot of the eye tests. And when I watched, it's my hometown, right? When I watched Philadelphia, I've noticed over the past 10 to 12 games, Tyrese Maxey is fearless from beyond the arc. Now, he wasn't like that in the beginning. He's been working on his shot because he kind of runs too fast sometimes. So he's actually, when he shoots, he's not set, right? He's kind of like leaning into his shot. And what I've seen, he must be working with Sam Cassell, is he's been able to hold back his momentum a little bit, and his stroke has been a little better. So I think, honestly, tonight, to go over 1.5 3-pointers made, I think it's a no-brainer, especially with Seth Curry probably being out. And again, another thin bench for the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, we'll go right here. This is you, Ghost, right?
That one's me. Absolutely.
Okay, there you go. FVV, I'm sorry. I didn't have the name.
It's a Raptor. It's Ghost.
Yeah. Primary ball handlers versus the Hawks. Talked about Chris Paul yesterday and his PRA prop that hit with ease, going right back to the well on the second half of a back-to-back for the Atlanta Hawks. Fred VanVleet over 28.5 points plus assists. The Hawks absolutely bleed fantasy points in nearly every position, but mostly against those that line up against Trae Young. And that will be none other than Fred VanVleet tonight. So over 28.5 points plus assists at minus 105.
Let's just keep it going, Ghost, because I'm right in this tier. This is you too, correct?
Yep. DeJounte Murray over 18.5 rebounds plus assists at plus 105. Truth be told, I wanted to bet his assist prop, but it was not plus money. So I just bet it anyways. And then I found the plus money one for the rebounds and assists because he's getting 10 of both because he will triple double tonight. So over 18.5 rebounds plus assists. Houston, bottom 5 in assists allowed to opposing primary ball handlers. Bottom 3 in rebounds allowed to opposing primary ball handlers. And DeJounte Murray is the second leading rebounder on the San Antonio Spurs. And he's averaged over 9.5 rebounds per game over his last 3. And he's hit this number in 4 straight. And when facing teams that are in bottom 5 against both rebounds and assists to opposing primary ball handlers, over 18.5 with ease.
It's a no-brainer to me, honestly. I mean, it's just seeing what he's been able to do. And that's the thing. He's definitely going to go double, and he may not go triple-double, right? Even though we all think that he will, but even if he doesn't, he gets you 12 or 13 assists or 12 or 13 rebounds. He's only got to get you 8 in order to hit that bet, right? So it's a no-brainer to me, and to get a plus money, absolutely. You know what? Just hit the 3-peat. You got your boy Vooch, right?
Guys, I talked analytical for the last 2. It's Vooch against the 6'5" Terry Taylor.
Simple.
Like
that, right. You got. I mean, come on, people. It's that you got Vooch against the Red Rooster. Okay, so
like I had Levine out all day. It's just I don't know. Something disastrous needs to happen for him to not hit this number. And
listen, I
31.5 is just way too low against a 6'5" Terry Taylor.
I think it's a no-brainer. Adam, you're going to the Forbes train tonight.
Yeah, so I actually have to bail on that one because apparently DK caught how badly mispriced that was and have it juiced up to 130 and minus 130 now.
Wow, that's a huge swing.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I mean, maybe I misread it when I put it in there, but we're not going to bet that at minus 130. That's not going to happen. So we're going to bail on that, which is, hey, you have to understand what you're doing. You have to have discipline when you bet. So that's a good example. So I only have one for tonight, but it is DeJounte Murray triple-double with plus 300. And if you look, like his assists are set at 9.5, and it's a minus 105 to go over. His rebounds are set at 8.5. It's minus 110 to go over. So you're basically telling me Vegas is expecting him to more or less triple-double. All I need is one extra rebound from what they're projecting him to do. But you're going to give it to me at plus 300 instead of minus 105 for the other stuff. That's an easy bet.
I like it. That's a good one. And we've been talking up there DeJounte Murray for the entire probably year. So what the hell? You get a plus money, plus 300, like you said, you got to roll. I'm going to go not a huge one, but I like the Evan Mobley double tonight. I like Mobley tonight against Charlotte, plus 135. You look what he's been able to do. Just go over the course of the 5 games, right? And he's already in double-digit points, 4 out of 5 contests. And then you look at the rebounds. Okay, listen, if you go back 5 games, the first 3 in that stretch, he's only 2 rebounds away from quadruple double. So for me tonight against Charlotte, I don't think they have anybody in the front court. I know Ghost is we've been trying to get Book Knight in there, but again, they love them some Cody Martin, very undersized. So I just think that this is going to be at one of those games. There's a lot of points scored in that game. I don't know what the over and under is for total points scored, but I think this is definitely going to be Evan Mobley. And again, for plus 135, I don't think you can beat it. I think it's an absolute lock. I just wish it was a little more higher, but it is what it is. I'll still take the plus money on that. Why not, right? We got Mobley can't get a double if KLB is dropping 20. God damn, man. You and the Kevin Love infatuation. Hold on. So look at B's already got Zach Collins over 12.5 on DK. Yeah.
That's 4x. It doesn't do you any good. What
in the next how many years?
Even if you got that tonight, 4x doesn't do you squat, my friend.
Are the projections down? Shows a blank screen. Nah. I'm on there right now.
Mine up and running. Yeah, I'm looking at them. Everything's cool for me.
Yeah, wait, hold on. No, I think I just refreshed it and they went away.
I don't know. I'm on air, so
yeah.
I don't usually answer questions like that. You guys got to give me 5 minutes, man. The projection's down. I don't know. You tell me.
We're
literally on camera.
Seriously. Seriously. Yeah, it looks like maybe the page sometimes when they re-update and they repopulate, it takes a little bit. So they were up when we went on. So we'll get that working right away. Obviously, if they went out, sometimes that happens for a couple seconds. We got got a couple questions in before we get out of here. We got about 2 minutes left in the show. Do I go Miles Bridges, Jared Allen, OG, Mobley, Rozier, Giddey, Maxey, or Robert Williams in tiers? Holy crap!
That's
my
definitely
Lord.
Tier 6.
We're not going to be making the lineup for you guys, man.
Wow. That is it.
If I scroll up, am I going to count 6 tiers questions where we just made a lineup?
Wow.
You're going to be close.
That's big. Am I the only one on Boxhead tonight?
No, he's not.
Donovan Mitchell should probably not be 8,400. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know if
Keldon made my list of never again.
A lot of Spurs would have made your list of never again last night.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. He killed me too, man. Don't worry. I just need Collins to outscore Thaddeus. Oh man. Well,
but why Thad? Jakob.
Why are we doing this?
That was yesterday. That ship has sailed.
It went Popeyes. You have Podol, Eubanks, and Thad. Thad might not even see the court for more than 10 minutes.
Thad's 40. He needs a week off. At all. Thad needs a week off, bro.
He played a lot yesterday. He's toast.
How many minutes did he play yesterday? 20?
Probably something like that.
Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah,
it usually takes him a week to play 20. So let me
see what he got. Because he really wasn't really in the rotation there for a little bit. So Thad Young played 24 minutes. He's not playing a lot today. He's not. Unless Pop goes Pop, but he really shouldn't be in line for that many minutes.
You can't.
You
can't do that to the man. You can't play him that many minutes.
I'm getting very upset because I got all these people in Philly saying, if it takes trading Maxey for Harden, it's my mind. I just got to get out of here right now because I'm pissed off. These people are out of their mind. But what I will say, remember this on this show that Ben Simmons will be traded and James Harden will be a Philadelphia 76er before the trade deadline, and Seth Curry will be involved in that deal. Just my opinion, it's going to be a 3-way deal, and Maxey will still be a Sixer. I'll give him anybody else, but we're not trading Maxey. So you hear me, Daryl Morey? We're not trading Maxey. But again, man, as always, everybody checking in tons and tons. If I didn't get to it, if we didn't answer, apologies. I got YouTube. Listen, a lot of comments on YouTube. I do check it. So you throw comments on the actual YouTube thing, I will respond. Ghost will respond in Discord. Adam will respond in Discord. Me, I'm very bad at that, man. I'm trying. But when you see the jigsaw face, it's going to be me. So I will get in there more often. But as always, Win Daily Sports, where you find us. Check that out. Make sure you hashtag props for profit. Get on Twitter. All of that. Okay. Get in that thread. Be posting it up pretty soon. Everybody, let's line those pockets. Bring Seth back to Portland. That's okay. Right? If that means I'm getting Ben the hell out of here and I'm getting Harden, I'm in.
Who misses Seth even more than Portland? Dallas. They have negative spacing on the court.
What a bad trade that was.
They have zero spacing on that court. It's terrible.
Did you guys see? I forget what he was on, but Mark Cuban was on some show, and they didn't say, he's like, yeah, can we just not talk about Seth Curry getting traded? he legitimately was like, I don't even want to talk about that.
I wouldn't want to talk about that if I was Mark Cuban either. So I don't really blame him because that was a bad trade.
Yeah, look, see, Brian already knows. He's like, Jigsaw better on Twitter reply in Discord. Yeah, listen, if you want Jigsaw, you got to get on Twitter. Dude, I live on Twitter, so I'm always on Twitter. So I just got to get used to the whole different dynamic here. And again, as always, smash that like button. Obviously, smash that like button, hit that subscription, whatever you could do. Help us out so we can continue to help you. So as always, Friday night, go get those lineups in 9 games. Let's smash these plays tonight. Get us on Twitter, Props for Profit, from Nick, for myself, for Adam. Everybody have a great weekend, by the way. Great Friday night.
Happy Fajita Friday.
Fajita Friday. Yes, get that in there. Get that Fajita Friday. So I'm going to go eat my fajitas real soon because tonight's cheat night in my household. So everybody have a good night. We'll catch you next week.